Hey y'all, come on in. You could be feeling like somebody, Aries, we're gonna start with y'all. You could feel like somebody needs to be ashamed of themselves, or you feel ashamed for them. There could be some type of issue and you're trying to walk away from them. Somebody abandoned some type of action, or somebody abandoned someone quickly and they knew exactly what they were doing when they were leaving and or how they did a situation. Okay. There could be some type of change and or cycle when it comes to your job. Hopefully you're not sleeping with somebody at your job. You could be trying to help someone. There could be a Virgo, a Scorpio, a Pisces that's around. Somebody's working, but at the same time, they're sad. They have some type of regret. They're trying to work through it. You may have high standards for this person. Maybe you're their father, their brother, somebody that you have love for. And so maybe you're trying to come off emotionally balanced right now. Or maybe this is your father, your brother, or somebody else is trying to help push you, if you're a feminine, through some type of regret and or sadness when it comes to a relationship, a job, a partnership, or something that didn't hit the milestone you thought it was going to hit. Somebody also could have been trying to be sneaky. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to try to reroute money, or I'm going to try to reroute something to see if that helps or if it fixes a situation, and then it just end up like, oh, it didn't do any good. Somebody is working through some type of sadness because they have this type of fear about the relationship, or they fear some type of clear boundary when it comes to somebody. And you may feel like, okay, well, y'all were already unstable. I thought you were going through a change and or you were having some type of restart, so yeah, well, you could be manipulative. And somebody's like, okay, well, yeah, they was really working with me, though, or they were exploring the idea of something going forward, and if we could have reconciled, then anything that I was in my head about would have balanced out. But they feel like, okay, well, all of a sudden, somebody said, no, I want to, look at the situation differently because I'm fixated on investigating something else or guiding my way out of this. So you could be listening to someone talk about a situation and or how something changed very quickly. There also could be someone around you, a Taurus, a Gemini, a Scorpio, a Cancer, or Aquarius, maybe even a Capricorn. Somebody is ambitious and or driven to succeed. But they could be trying to investigate anything that's toxic or anything that they feel like is going to have them fixated on some type of disagreement, any type of like, I got to look over my shoulders, or who's going to come around me and say something sneaky or make me feel some type of way. They feel like, okay, well, somebody's lying about this water and or this fire sign that they're dealing with in order to bring some type of balance. So they feel like, okay, well, there's no point in me being trapped in my head about the situation. I might as well move forward and have some type of success, because I feel like some type of manipulation could quickly change the thing that I'm reconciling or I'm feeling good by. And so now they're ready to date and or have some type of restart when it comes to some type of transition, or they're taking their steps slowly to make sure they get things done and completed. They're relaxing when it comes to going through a transition of not having some type of support or not having someone around or having to do things by themselves. They're working their way through it and having clear boundaries, and any type of emotions or secrets or illusions that they had, they feel like they're going to balance their emotions so that way they can continue to work. There could be a water sign around that's going to be passionate about this person or have some type of relationship. Maybe they regret listening to someone else who told them that investing this time will just be a waste or make them conflicted. And so now somebody's going back to approach this person. What does this have to do with you, Aries? So maybe you feel thrown off right now. There's some type of personal goal you were trying to reach, and or maybe you were playing it safe when it comes to some type of separation or the way that something happened. Now you're starting to realize something was a bad choice. You're having some type of sudden awareness of something, and maybe you want to check in and see if you can realign when it comes to this person. But they may already feel like something is a lost opportunity and or a bad investment because you didn't want to learn and or pay some type of way when it comes to something that was happening. They felt like you were just moody or overactive. So you may go back and think, okay, well, I want to try one more time so that way I don't leave disappointed. But then at the same time, they're going to be looking at the long-term view. It's like, okay, well, there's still no point in me investing in this because they feel like it's still going to end in some type of scandal. Somebody's going to avoid you. And this is so that way they can recover. They feel like you have too much negative talk, or there's something that they need to move on from in general, or vice versa. All right. There could be a feminine around you. Who is this, Aries? This could be a Taurus, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, heavy in a Gemini, a Scorpio, a Sagittarius, a Capricorn. Somebody is watching. All right. Let's see. What's going on here? Yep, somebody's watching. They want to figure out how to present something to you in order for you to make a decision. Or it's like, okay, well, if you're leaving, if you're traveling, if you're doing something, won't you, see me as an option? Won't we do something together? Somebody don't want to invest in this because they feel like this will lead to some type of manipulation or something that'll be one-sided. It's like, yeah, this is going to end up leaving me broke, or this is going to end up leaving me in a situation that I don't want. They feel like, it's like the song said, too many lies has been told. They feel like they've always been stalled, or there's been something that they couldn't control based off of other people's emotional control and or misuse of their power. So they're trying to be practical so that way they can get something to go their way. They're walking away from anything that they feel like is going to delay them. There's also this Virgo, this Leo masculine around you. And you may feel like this person is overindulging and or stubborn. You feel like there's some type of weakness here. There's some type of insecurity, and they're not talking about it, but you will hope and wish that they release some type of negative thoughts. That way they can adapt to a situation with some type of clarity and or logic. Because they have somebody they're attached to, whether this earth sign, this air sign, or water sign. Maybe they got two people. They got some type of clarity about a couple. There's a water sign, air sign couple that has some type of misinterpretation about how something suddenly changed or why things are destructing with the Sagittarius. So you may find out that your child, your friend, your whoever this is has been dealing with multiple people. Your baby daddy, baby mama, whoever this is. This could be a guest that's in your home. Maybe it's a roommate. What else is going on for Aries? You might feel like you're trying to cover up something. And they're trying to release some type of negative thoughts about this because they feel like you're just trying to overindulge based off of manipulation or somebody who manipulated you. Or maybe you feel like, oh no, I got some type of freedom, or something is the way that I want it to be, something is a wish fulfillment, but you know that it's a distraction for whatever reason. Maybe you're trying to bring some type of balance to your finances or something that you're trying to do. And it's like, okay, well, you're distracting yourself, and this is causing some type of self-doubt and or bad judgment. There's some type of decision that you don't need to be making right now. Because it affects you being able to do something by yourself when it comes to your finances. If somehow you feel like you manipulated someone or someone else's situation, that's not going to be a good decision. Because although you feel like you have something that's self-sufficient, something's about to change that's going to have you in your head when you realize that there's something that's unpredictable that comes up or comes out. It's like, okay, well, right, I really should have ignored this. I really should have kept myself back. And somehow maybe this is involving an Aries, or you are the Aries, a Leo, a Virgo, a Sagittarius. Maybe they initially made the bad decision and you were trying to balance something out. Because you felt like it was bullshit for somebody else to have a wish fulfillment in order to get what they want. This is somebody that person was in a relationship with, or that they had some type of secret competition with because of the fear or because of their career. They hated the fact that that person could avoid them. So maybe you felt like, okay, well, I can step in, because on the other side, you felt like somebody is blocking some type of compassion and or comfort. Somebody is holding back. And so you felt like you could step in and say something. Well, this is going to manipulate how you're able to do something once someone stops communicating for you, or someone says something that hits a trigger. Somebody may trigger you soon. About some type of deception, about something that's going to make you want to come clean about a situation. Or if this is not someone saying something to trigger you, this could be someone, you get a message about somebody who has a job. It's like, okay, well, yes, this person's being investigated, but now we need to open up your accounts too, because you have at least something that's one or two things that's connected to them. Somehow something gets affected by you, and you thought that you could hold on as long as, you wasn't truly involved. Something's about to bother you. Okay. How do you get out of this situation? You may go present an opportunity to someone, and this may be happening within 9 to 14 days. It's like, okay, well, what does this person want? What do they need when it comes to, you know, a new venture? What can we provide so that way they can hold back from doing something, or we can block some type of anxiety? You may present an opportunity to someone, and somebody's going to hold back because they feel there's some type of illusion or some type of confusion here that's going to lead to some type of delay. So they're going to block this in or say no. In the process of this, they may be going through some type of issue, but then they get some type of finances so they're able to do something for themselves. They don't make some type of judgment, and they feel like, okay, well, now that I have some type of clarity on what somebody was anxious about, what something, how something was going to end, I'm about to completely walk away. So somebody may not take whatever opportunity you're presenting. There could be a new job that's coming towards you, a new house or something like that that you'll be able to save and or hold on to. But you may be confused because at the same time that this is happening, there's something else that's going on in the background. You also may be trying to get a property for someone else. It's like, here, this should solve your issues or this should fix things. But then there's a car issue or there's some type of misdirection with their lawyer or somebody else. And it's like, okay, well, what happened to your finances? I thought you had enough money or something was being paid. And they made a wrong decision because they were trying to betray somebody. So it's like you try to help somebody or, you know, save them out of something. And then there's another reason why it doesn't work. And it's like, okay, well, great. Now what? Somebody truly has to walk away from some type of character trait. Whatever it is that they do, they truly is going to have to walk away. But right now they're trying to be stubborn. They have some type of resistance to change and or you know, how they act around other people. It's like, okay, well, when I'm around my family or when I'm around my friends, I can embrace them and act like, you know, everything else that's going on around other people is bullshit, when the truth is it's them that's doing it. You could be connected to this Gemini, this Virgo, this Libra, this Scorpio, or Sagittarius. Also, if you took the opportunity to block someone else because you feel like they were confused and misdirected on their success or doing something, that may have been the wrong decision. Somebody could have been manipulated. Somebody could have been messing with someone else's energy. So that way they wouldn't decide, or they wouldn't decide on their legacy, or they would decide to end it. Once they got some type of clarity about this misdirection, they walked away from it. They got right back into their energy. They did. And started to protect themselves a different way. So now that you get some type of clarity about this, somebody's going to look at you like, okay, well, yeah, you're just obsessed with some type of status, or maybe they get something. Yeah, by Sagittarius season, they may get something. And somebody feels like if you come back around, it's just because you're lying about a situation and something didn't pay off for you. Somebody's not going to trust you if this is a love scenario. All right, well, let's keep going. What can y'all expect the next 7 days for Aries? Alright, so you're going to have to make a decision, but it seems like you will. You'll know a decision you definitely need to make, even if it hurts your feelings to do so. The process may not be the best, right? So it's like, okay, well, I have to make this decision when it comes to this water or this other fire sign, maybe this air sign as well. And it's like, okay, well, you got to redeem yourself. You just have to, you know, do whatever you have to do to completely walk away from the scenario. And this may make someone else feel like, okay, well, you're being selfish, or there's some type of insecurity that may show because of this. They may feel like you're trying to punish them, or there's some type of dishonesty that you didn't show or tell them when it comes to some type of separation. But you have to walk away, because you know once you walk away, then things will start to harmonize for you. You'll get right back into your energy. Now, there also may be another opportunity that comes towards you, a bad job or something that's presented that you can have, but you don't need to take it. It's going to keep you stagnated when it comes to your finances, or something that you can handle on your own. Somebody it may give you some type of money all of a sudden, or maybe you're giving someone money all of a sudden. Once you realize how bad somebody was lying. You're heartbroken because you feel like something hasn't changed, or somebody's milestone, or somebody's community or home hasn't changed, and they're kind of ignoring it, or they're They don't have a sense of urgency that you want them to have in order to get themselves back where they need to. And then now it seems like all of a sudden they're disappointed because they felt like they were trying to create a bigger picture with someone and or make them have some type of like, oh, I want them to see me as a resource and be able to come to me. And that person stopped doing that. And so now they feel isolated. Okay. What else for Aries before we go into your confirmation? My condolences if you lose someone, or maybe you're reminiscing on someone who already passed. Because I was thinking about how my iPad died yesterday. So if this is not you're reminiscing on someone who passed, this could be like, oh, well, my computer or my car, or somebody could be having something that dies, or hopefully not catches on fire, but there could be some type of issue with electronics. Okay, so there's going to be a new event. There's going to be something that's coming up. And in this event, you're going to be able to celebrate, or you're going to be recognized for the way that you healed or moved on from a situation. It's like you go into, let's say you're just going around your family. It's like, okay, well, we just want to celebrate you for how you got out of corporate and you started working for yourself. How you moved, from this city and state into another city and state all by yourself, or something. You may be recognized for something. And somehow this actually may bring up some type of trigger, because you really feel like you had to make some type of decision on your own, and or you had to decide what was balanced for you, and you didn't really have anyone to come give you an offer or help, push you forward. There's somebody that's immature that's going to come towards you, or maybe just younger than you, but you may see them as very much as immature. Somebody may offer some type of restart and or come towards you and just kind of charm you into one to say that you can have some type of rest, but they're trying to balance something out with someone else that they were previously attached to. Yeah, so be careful when it comes to that. All right, so there could be a new experience that's going to help you move forward. There could be also an earth sign, air sign relationship out here. An earth sign masculine, an air sign feminine. And somebody is not feeling like this is the wish fulfillment in or what they want. Maybe this air sign was once attached to a water sign masculine. And this water sign masculine is watching and or confused. But they feel like they have some type of clarity on what they're going to do next to cause some type of conflict. This also could be two women. So there could be two men and one woman, or two women and one man. Either way, somebody is not satisfied with this, and they're making a decision about what they're about to do next and how they're about to move forward. Somebody feels like, okay, well, you made a bad investment to do this, so I'm about to go make a bad investment with someone else. Somebody is trying to work to manipulate someone else's emotions and have them stuck in or hanging. Whatever that means to you, Aries. All right, let's get y'all a message. We can close this out. Somebody is very fertile, so be careful. If you're not trying to get pregnant right now, FYI. You could be realizing something wasn't for you, and or again, you should be stepping back and you should have put yourself in somebody's scenario or try to save them now that their true colors are showing. All right, who is this? You should have stepped in for who? This could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody that you feel like, okay, well, initially there was some type of love here, but somebody is blocked. They need some type of self-love, or there's some type of repressed emotions that's coming up. This could be a Scorpio, a Sagittarius, a Libra, a Taurus. Maybe not the Taurus. It could be a Virgo or a Leo if it's not a Taurus. It could be an earth sign. All right. Let's see. Who's going to say, come get me? Who needs a ride? This could be a Virgo. This could be a Taurus. So you could definitely be around the earth sign. I got Taurus out here again. So you are dealing with a Virgo or a Taurus. Maybe you work with this person, or maybe while they're at work or while something is happening, they need a ride. So that way they can adapt in or juggle something. They also could be trying to have passions or have some type of high standards when it comes to someone of their past. That way they can reconcile, but something is not being supported. This past person feels like the person that you know is disappointed in or overactive when it comes to who they charm and who they talk to. And they're exhausted by it. They're not motivated by this relationship at all. There's a water sign, air sign, feminine around. This person could be married. She could be a wife, or it could be someone that you would consider like a mom or someone who's nurturing. They could be fixated right now and or trying to retreat. It's like, okay, I just want to go get missing and go have sex, or I just want to go get missing and go do something. They're fixated on doing something the way that they want to because they feel like they made a bad decision. They also could be tied to some type of karma, and they're going to have to sit down when it comes to a situation because they lied. Yeah, and it caused the burden somehow, some way. All right, so somehow, so you have to go pick someone up because they were dealing with someone else, and you know they thought it was easy breezy, and they got caught somehow. Maybe the person they got caught by was a stalker. Fortunately for you, how does this help you, Aries? You knew something wasn't going to be successful anyway. You didn't like who they were dealing with. You feel like it made this person controlling and or lack some type of discipline. So it's like, okay, well, now you can solidify that this is a bad choice. You can tell them to create some type of boundary with whoever this is. It's like somebody getting kicked out of a house, or somebody getting kicked out when it comes to something. It's like, okay, the other person's like, come get me. It's like, I tell you, well, I can tell you now that this person ain't good for you. Now you can let this go. This could be dealing with an air sign, an Aries, and or a Virgo, a Libra. Who's a stalker? All right, this could be a Virgo, a Libra, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. All right, the Virgo. Who are they stalking? They could be stalking a Pisces, a Capricorn, a Pisces or a Capricorn. The Leo, who are they stalking? A Gemini, Aries, they could be stalking you. A Pisces, Aries, they could be definitely stalking you. All right, what about the Sagittarians? Who are they stalking? All right, they're stalking a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Libra, a Capricorn, an Aquarius. Heavy on Aquarius, heavy on the Pisces. Heavy on the Pisces. Who is this Pisces for y'all? This could be someone who's who you've either known for a while, and or they either have a lot of kids. There's something about them that they've invested in for a while. They went to school for a long time. They also could be somebody that invests in things behind the scenes. So it's like they have long-term relationships, but somehow they always end up separated, or they end up with other people that fears commitment or indecisive, and somehow it's like, okay, well, that one's gone. But they still come off as someone that looks good, or they get some type of public recognition based off of their confidence. This could be somebody in your family, somebody that you work with. They could have an issue when it comes to their ego and or their finances. So maybe initially they were making really good money, and then based off of their ego, they either lost their job or something happened. And then they try to change industries because they feel like, okay, well, I can be more nurturing, or I can be more emotionally stable or whatever when it comes to this job, but somehow that didn't work out either. It came off as an impulsive decision. So this person is trying to reconcile, and maybe they're trying to go back towards this Capricorn and this Aquarius, maybe even this Virgo, because they feel burnt out. And they're trying to investigate how somebody else was able to stabilize when they initially were feeling burnt out. But they didn't support them while they were burnt out. So it's like, okay, well, let's just watch. Or that's why people are watching the Pisces. Flip the rows. All right. Somebody needs a DNA test. Okay, who needs a DNA test? All right, Aries, this could be you. This could be a Libra. This could be a Capricorn or an Earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Somebody needs a DNA test. If not now, then they may need one by the summertime. Okay, someone is thankful for you. Who's thankful for you? Maybe somebody tried to get a DNA test in the summer, yes? Somebody tried to say, okay, well, we never officially got some type of test, so let's do this to see if we can procrastinate someone and make them confused on a situation. So that way they would have some type of financial imbalance. So that way they would feel like, okay, well, they're smothered by some type of separation and want to re-stabilize. But as you investigated and or took some type of step to do so, you realize, okay, well, that was doing things to extreme, or something wasn't going to work, or it's going to throw you off. You're going to need some type of realignment when it comes to your time and your energy. It was a waste. Somebody was right on the money the entire time. It's like, how you going to go get a DNA test on somebody that look exactly like you? Okay, but if this hasn't happened yet, somebody may need a DNA test in the summer. Who's thankful for you, Aries? This could be a Sagittarius. Maybe you helped them release some type of burden. This could be a Cancer. Oh, and you was not supposed to. Okay. This could be a water sign or an air sign. Somebody's thankful for you. They're no longer feeling some type of burden. And although they feel like, okay, well, yes, we can rethink an idea, we can make a decision when it comes to this relationship, the love ain't there. And you already knew it. You already knew it. You reconciling with something that's going to be one-sided. Ooh, Aries. I'm disappointed. In Aquarius season, you're going to realize that somebody doesn't really have the empathy that you need to. And then you're really going to feel like something needs to end. Or for some reason, you're going to just feel exhausted. And they're not going to be able to support you. It's going to be like, oh, I hate that for you. Oh, you're going through that situation. Oh, I hate that for you. It's like, what do you mean you hate that for me? I loosen the burden up for you. Or I helped you when it comes to the situation. It ain't the same. All right, if that's what you feel like you need for the moment. You don't need the proof. You need to trust yourself when it comes to what? Let's switch this. What do you need to trust yourself about, Aries? Your comfort zone, who you're clinging to and what you're clinging to and what needs to change. Somebody's making you feel comfortable right now because they also want a promise ring. They also want to get married, but this is just an illusion. Okay? You got to walk away. You already know what offer you need to give up and or walk away from. It just is. Somebody's parents is just as bad as they are. Oh, child. It's not good as that. All right, who's the person that got bad parents? Their parents ain't no better. All right, Aries, this could be you and your parents. Heavy on Aries, it could be you or another Aries that you meet. Virgo, it could be you. Virgo, it could be you. Maybe a Virgo's cross-watching. Aries, you came out again. Pisces for sure. Their parents is just as bad as they are. Okay? It's fucked up. All right, something is not changing. This could be related to an earth sign. Let's see. What's not changing for Aries? Oh, I take that back. The air sign popped out. Okay, so maybe you thought initially it was the earth sign and you felt like, okay, well, this is the issue or the reason why something's not changing, but it's actually the air sign is the issue. Somebody's completely thrown off. And they could be sitting back thinking about their past or a past friendship and how they stabbed somebody in the back. They cause themselves a nightmare. They can't sleep, or they always think about how something began, or it's like, oh, well, you know, when we were first friends, or when we met in high school, when we met in, you know, the same neighborhood, or whatever the case may be, they're still thinking about it and how this person was truly a friend to them. And so they're trying to relax. And maybe they want this friendship back, but they feel overloaded in how to send some type of message in or talk to this person because they feel obligated to talk about what happened. There's also a water sign that's around this person who's trying to look, okay, well, just live and learn. You know, you have made a new day, you're different. You know, be honest and just see if you guys are compatible. But they know that the person that they want to go and talk to wants some type of evidence and or proof about what was going on and or how this relationship was building and why they were just waiting. So it's like, yeah, it's not really any kind of point. Somebody's not changing the situation out of pride and ego. But they were indulging and they know that they were. Okay. This decision will benefit you. All right. What are you deciding to do? Be a little careless? And or you're deciding to take some type of risk. You could be holding back from someone too. You're like, okay, well, this person don't really have some type of motivation or they're lacking some type of passion or they're not trusting themselves. You could be dealing with an air sign, another fire sign, or a Pisces. You could be feeling like, okay, well, initially I was being careless and going with the flow. You know, now kind of I don't really feel like I don't have the energy to do so. And now you feel like there's some type of shallowness, or there's something that's going on when it comes to their feelings and or why they're always sad. So you're trying to see the bigger picture and you're pulling back from someone. You also could be indecisive about this water sign or this air sign person who's procrastinating, or maybe you're making them wait on some type of opportunity until your career gets better, until you feel like you have some type of position or you can know what opportunity to take. You're going to have some type of sudden insight that you need to release this person. And that decision will benefit you. All right. Who needs to pay someone back? This could be a Cancer. Somebody could be asking you for a loan. This could be a Pisces, a Virgo, a Sagittarius, a Cancer, a Capricorn. Who's getting back pay? If this is back pay. Alright, so this could be a Sagittarius, a Virgo, a Libra, an Aries, an Aquarius, a Sagittarius, a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Gemini. Alright, so somebody could be either asking you for money or somebody's getting some type of back pay. Somebody could be saying things without thinking. This could be a Leo, a water sign, or a Virgo. Somebody's conflicted. Somebody's worried about what's going on secretly and or being alone. They hate being alone. They hate feeling stuck and or that they have to do things by themselves because they don't trust themselves. Somebody also was trying to cause some type of conflict to someone else so that way they could feel thrown off and investigate, okay, well, how can I just open up to something else and or a new perspective? So somebody could be saying things to you without thinking, and maybe now you're conflicted and you want to kind of look into something for yourself because you feel like somebody else is working and or they're collaborating with something. Even in the point in time that they're in their head about if something is a bad opportunity, it seems like they can release themselves from this at the point that they need to. But they may ignore you, or they may not let you too much in when it comes to this feelings or whatever they got going on. But somebody around you is seeing something without thinking. All right, you could be realizing a blind spot about yourself. All right, that's good. Self-awareness is good, Aries. What's the blind spot? All right, so the people that you connect yourself to, or the people that you feel like I should reunite with, you already got some type of proof and or you already know what's going on when it comes to their home, their foundation, or what this marriage home will look like when it comes to you. Now, if this is you already married, and it's like, okay, well, you're trying to make sure that your person feels good in the home. Maybe you're getting some type of evidence that they're overloaded. You're starting to see what's going on behind the scenes. This could be a water sign. It's like, okay, well, damn, I could have did this for them. I could have picked up the slack. I could have, you know, whatever the case may be to make them relax or, you know, kind of let them see that we're still married and it's more than just the weeds or the bullshit that's going on. So maybe now you're going to be more strategic when it comes to your marriage with this person. Good job. If this is a friend, if you have a friend that's a water sign, let's say you're a masculine and you have a water sign masculine as a friend, they could be overloaded right now because there's some type of evidence that they had type of relations with someone. And maybe they have a marriage or they had a goal of getting a house with someone and someone may be like, you know what, I'm about to cut back or step back when it comes to this relationship. This could be somebody that wears a tie. Or maybe they feel like, okay, well, yeah, I'm prepared to hang out whenever you are. Or, you know, we can kind of just do any and everything. Somebody was cheating. And maybe you're realizing, like, dang, I should have stepped back from this person a long time ago. Or I shouldn't have, you know, whatever. Something about R2-D2 could be important. I don't know. I think that's a movie. Somebody's birthday could be important or coming up. When it comes to somebody's birthday, this could be a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. You may tell them happy birthday. They may be surprised at the fact that you're telling them happy birthday or that you run into each other somehow, some way. Maybe you already decided that you didn't want to embrace this person or they feel like, okay, well, I decided that we're not really family or something about this relationship is not really connected. And it's like, okay, so what's going on? Why I didn't expect you to reach out. Yeah, it's like, okay, well... Okay, cool. Well, thank you. I'm just kind of getting a new phone. I'm getting something. They're probably getting something new at the point in time that you reach out. And they're trying to adapt to that. Maybe you know somebody that they had a child with, or maybe you know that they're like the black sheep of their family. I don't know. Something about this you feel like is something that's like, okay, well, I can learn from this, but this person isn't really around, or they went to school and they never came back. Something like that could be important. Maybe you want to talk to them. Somebody also feels like, okay, well, I made a decision too early. Maybe you wanted to date them, but you're like, okay, well, I don't think your family's going to support this. And you was like, okay, well, I do want to sleep with you, but I don't think it's going to lead to somewhere. And somebody stopped talking to you because they felt like you were manipulating them, but that's all that you wanted. And so it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to be knocking things off of your to-do list or doing things for you. I'm about to go the opposite way. So maybe you're going to reach out to this person. Yeah, you are. Because you feel like this person is either very attractive, they can grow, or there's something that you feel like, okay, well, we left something incomplete. We can still have at least one conversation to figure out where this goes. But they're not going to think this is practical. They may feel like, yeah, thanks, I miss you too, but, you know, we'll leave it at that. We don't actually have to hang out. All right, Aries. That was your reading since I didn't, my iPad died yesterday. I'm going to go back to you, TikTok. We'll do our readings for today, and then I'll post them later. Okay? Bye.